A great philosopher, or should I say a living legend named Coach Greg Adams, once said, "There are no victims, there are only volunteers." This article will be yet another example. So I will give a trigger warning before I start this article because some of you might be taken aback by what I'm going to read in this article. Now, a lot of women go to this country, to this part of the world, because they know they're going to get cash and prizes and lavish trips and experiences that they can take back with them that their girlfriends will never, ever get in their lifetime, the ones that don't participate in this, right? But the fact of the matter is that when they go over here to get these lavish things, they're going to have to do some debaucherous activity or engage in debaucherous activity. And they might think that this debaucherous activity might just be, duck sicking, as CJ would call, or, getting some action in the starfish, if you know what I mean.
Weird.
But what they're going to have to do oftentimes is a lot more distressing than that, as you can see in this article, a lot more dangerous, a lot more, they're going to have to put themselves out there physically a lot more. And a lot of them willingly engage in this to get the bag at the end, because if they do this, the bag will be hefty, if you know what I mean. Pause. But they're going to have to engage in some stuff that might leave them mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically scarred. All right. As you can see here, this is from the newsau.com. Let me make sure I got that right. Newsau.com. Inside the seedy underbelly of Dubai you never knew existed is fast becoming one of Australia's favorite holiday destinations. But there's a very dark side to Dubai that you need to know about. Warning, distressing. Now, yes, this will be very distressing, but like I said, the trigger warning has been given. You see this woman right here? She went to Dubai a few months ago and she ended up in a very bad state. I don't know if she's still with us on this earth. I think she is, but she's in very, very bad shape. Here we go. It's sold as a paradise of glass and gold, but Dubai's dirty secret is bleeding through the facade. In a story that shocked the world, a 20-year-old Ukrainian model was found in a very, very bad state on a Dubai roadside last month. Her spine was snapped and she was left unable to speak. Maria, I'm not going to pronounce her last name because I can't pronounce it, had vanished after accepting an invite to an exclusive event the men who approached her had claimed to be in the quote-unquote modeling business. When she was discovered, she had no phone, passport, or identification. Thanks to 4 emergency surgeries, she survived barely. Now, you see Miss Maria. I'm sure she went to Dubai thinking the same thing, that she was just going to have a great time, and maybe she'll run into somebody rich. And because she looks very nice, and don't get me wrong, she's a looker. 20 years old, shout out to Shannon Sharp. 20 years old, looks very nice. She went to Dubai, and unfortunately, she was befallen to a very bad crime, I believe. Maria's lawyer claimed she had been partying with local sheiks, but police claimed her injuries came from a fall.
You sure about that?
No charges have been laid. Now, see, this is Dubai, so they're going to take care of their own like most countries will. What Maria endured has shown a spotlight on a seedy underbelly, long whispered about but rarely spoken of, the shadowy realm of Dubai's VIP parties, quote unquote. Now, most of you men, if you're watching this, you know about this. And some of you women, if you're watching my content, you also know that this is not a rarely spoken. We all know about it. When I was coming up, I thought it was some kind of urban legend, but now I know this is very, very real. Foreign women, including Australians, are being contacted via social media, flown in and paid lavishly to be a guest at a VIP party. Once inside the luxury yacht or hotel, they fall prey to the darkest desires of super wealthy men. Now, of course, they're going to frame this in a way where women are being taken advantage of. But like I said in my introduction, a lot of these women, I would say 98, 99% of them aren't victims. They're volunteers. They go there with the intention to get into something that they really have no idea about, but they think it's only to a certain level, only to realize that the level they thought it was way above their head. If you've made it this far in the video and you're still here, thank you again for your viewership. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell, that way you can be notified whenever I go live or drop new content. Also, If you want to donate to the channel, please do so by hitting the Cash App $ Mr. Normie. And you can also go to my Ko-Fi page, ko-fi.com/workingmanmg. Also, I'm trying to build a community on Locals. So if you would, go please check out my Locals page and you can join for just $5 a month. You can post and we can build a community of like-minded working men over there. Thank you for your time. Now back to the video. And when they do that, they got a decision to make. Like Coach was talking about yesterday about consent. Either go with it or say no. But the bag on the other side, they can reach it if they just go through the mud. And what do? They go through the mud willingly because what they did is going to stay in Dubai anyway. So they can go home, get the bag, and they'll go pay their therapist. The degree of depravity varies. Some of these events are known as porta potty parties, a phrase used to describe gatherings with female influencers who were paid exorbitant amounts of money. Let's not forget that. Okay? Let's not forget that. They are paid exorbitant amounts of money to carry out horrific and degrading acts, often involving bodily fluids. Hold on, where is it? The failure. It's a failure. But again, they're not victims, they're volunteers. You see it. They are paid exorbitant amounts of money to carry out these acts. Okay? They go here to lavishly get these VIP parties. They are volunteers. Women are left with permanent physical and psychological injuries, and they risk becoming entangled in a broken system. It's glaring contrast to the sanitized glamour the Emirati government pitches to the world. Despite carefully curating its image to showcase its progressiveness, the ultra-conservative Muslim culture belief beneath is now being exposed. But is it enough to scare away the waves of aspiring influencers? Well, you don't answer that, guys.
Nope.
It is not. Let's answer that one more. But is it enough to scare away the wave of aspiring influencers that will what? Get paid exorbitant amounts of money?
Nope.
Okay. Hope y'all still following me here, okay? People close to Dubai's VIP party scene have warned that young Aussie women, that's Australians, are still being lured by the promise of a better life only to find themselves trapped in a cycle of abuse. With more Aussies traveling to Dubai than ever before, it's a real concern. Now, again, this article is by news.com.au, which is Australia, so you see why they're referencing Australian people the most. Gold Coast adult content creator and influencer Kay Manuel says she visited Dubai recently to meet with other professionals in the creative industry. During the trip, she discovered the chasm between the dream of Dubai and what can sometimes become the reality. The promoters play it down, she told news.com.au, saying, yo, just party, have a great time, then get showered with gifts, which that's partly true. In reality, you'll be expected to do unspeakable things. Well, see, the problem is that the illusion that you think your personal illusion, your land of make-believe, that you're going to get something for nothing, that you're just going to get money for free because you look good. And for some that are not initiated, that will be true. But for these guys, they know you like money and they know the extreme measures you will go through to get it. Hence the article we're reading now. She revealed that one Australian woman she knows was recently hospitalized with traumatic injuries after accepting an invite from Dubai jewelry tycoons. Well, again, here we go. All right. Okay. Yeah. She had to get reconstructive surgery, she said. She came back very emotionally scarred. It's not something you can come back from and go, oh, well, it's burned in your brain forever. Manuel says women will often be enticed by small deposits of proof and future payments. Well, they're going to get those payments. And you know what? I'm not going to read the rest of this. I'll leave a link to this in the description box, but you see what's going on here, right? They're trying to frame this as they're being duped into going to these parties because for the illusion of riches. And you know what? Again, they've heard the stories by now, right? This isn't a new thing. So they go over there knowing these VIP parties are going to be very debaucherous. But they go anyway. You know why? You know why they go anyway? Let me read it to you one more time. Let me find it. Where is it? See, they will get, hold on, let me find it. They will get exorbitant amounts of money. Exorbitant amounts of money. Here we go. Where's the money? Where's the money? So, are they victims? You could say that. Victims of their own delusion. But again, whose problem is that? Dubai, the sheiks, or the women that go with the promise of the money? You let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. You know where I stand. I don't give a, well, I'm not going to say that. I think that they're willing to go through this torture. They're willing to go through this mental, emotionally, and sometimes physical trauma for the bag. You know why? Because they can wipe their tears with Benjamin. Okay? And with that being said, thank you for taking another episode of Working the Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about this article and these women going to these VIP parties for fortune and fame and getting over their head with these sheiks. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Please, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. We're out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.